What's going on, everybody? Remiix Essence here, back at it with another video. Today we got my Infinite Warfare beta impressions. Hope you guys are all having a good day, and before we get into the video, I just want to say there's been some real nice feedback and comments, and I really appreciate it. It brings a smile to my face, and really makes my day, so I appreciate that, guys. But anyways, on into the video. To start out, we'll talk about, kind of like the boosting and advanced movement in this game. So I think you'll kind of hear a lot that the boost is shortened a little bit, you can't go quite as far. And people, I feel, are kind of downplaying it, making it feel more like maybe it's a little more boots on the ground like, which it's not, The boosting is shorter, that is true, but, you can still boost around all over the place, I have no problem, just being all up on the walls and stuff, and so it's going to be a lot like Black Ops 3, People are going to be flying through the air still, and you're still going to have to be good with the movement system. Next up, we got kind of like map design. So I think the map design is just kind of horrible, I'm really not a fan of it. I feel like they got their lanes messed up, and they kind of had an oh shit moment, and they tried to, downplay maybe the ability to boost everywhere, like in the, there's one map, and it's like, you're on a spaceship, and it's kind of tight corridors and stuff, and you can't use your boosting to the full ability on that map, and so I feel like they try to limit it and make it more boots on the ground, which, could be good in theory, but it doesn't work out. If you're going to have a game where you can boost, you need to play into that, and since they didn't, it kind of disrupts the flow of the game. And real quick, just to add in the graphics, if you've played like Call of Duty Ghosts as far back as that, which, 3 or 4 years ago, that's the graphics you're getting here, maybe even before that in Black Ops 2. They are not an improvement at all, they're very unimpressive, and I think that Activision and stuff needs to step up their game on the graphics. Next up, guns. So real quick, I'll just go through all the classes, I guess. So there are like classic guns from previous Call of Duties, which none of them were available. And by the way, I did hit rank 30, so I got to use all the weapons because that was the max in the beta. But there's no classic guns available. So next up, we have LMGs. The LMGs seemed, quite powerful. They didn't really seem to slow down your movement or hinder, have super long reload times or anything. So I think the LMGs are quite good. The SMGs, some of them seemed quite limited, but there's actually one SMG, the Cobra, that I kind of fell in love with, and I really like that gun. The snipers, I will say the sniping in this game feels a little bit better. Longbow is kind of like the main sniper, and this other sniper, the Widowmaker, I was kind of excited to use it, but it's like a two-shot thing, and I don't know if I'm really a fan of it. But anyways, the snipers feel a little bit more like Black Ops 2 and the both the previous Modern Warfare's kind of sniping, rather than, maybe Ghosts, or more specifically Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 sniping, which I was not a fan of the sniping in those two previous games. So I like the sniping a little more. As for the assault rifles, this is definitely an assault rifle based game, They're very strong, they're, very minimal recoil, and very quick rates of fire and accurate. And then finally the shotguns. The shotguns seem alright, but quite limited and in range, and take quite a few shots to kill at times. But my real thing about the guns that really bugs me is how they feel, They just feel like shitty pieces of plastic, and I'm really not a fan of what, when I'm shooting someone with my shotgun, alright? I want it to have an explosive sound, and when I pump it, make a ch-ch, and just be awesome. but it's not, you know? Or when I pull the bolt back on the sniper, I want it to feel good, you know? There's a kind of feeling you want from guns in your game. And this game does not have it, you know? It all feels plastic. When you're shooting bullets, it just feels like shit, you know? And I'm really not a fan of it, you know? Especially coming from Battlefield 1, you know, I was playing that. And the guns in that game sound so amazing, you know? They ring through the air. You know, when your gun's out of ammo, you know, it has a little clip ding, and like, you know, that game does it right, and Call of Duty does not do it right. There's just something about the feeling of the guns that was unimpressive, and it kind of took some joy out of the game, I suppose. Next up in this game, there are rigs, which are basically like specialists in Black Ops 3 if you play that game. You get a kind of like a passive ability, such as every time you get a kill, maybe your speed increases. And you also get some kind of weapon that over time you gain points for, and then you get the weapon and, you know, you can use it. It's basically like a free kill streak. You're guaranteed like one a game, and I'm really not a fan of these. They create bullshit deaths, and, you know, I don't like dying from them, and honestly, I don't even care for killing with them because I always forget to use them anyways and feel like I die when I use them. But I'm not a fan of them, you know. You're rewarding the bad players, which the point is to get good at the game. So one of the guns, or one of the weapons, is called the Eraser, and it's a pistol, and it's basically you just aim it, you shoot, and it's a one shot. You know, it's very maneuverable and super overpowered, you know. I've probably there's multiple situations where I took out 4 to 6 players, which is the whole team, time with using this weapon, and it lasts forever as well. You know, if it had maybe like you could shoot it off 3 times, maybe a little more understandable, but you can shoot this thing off, you could probably kill the whole team at least 2 times over, you know, kill at least 12 people, I would think. So they're definitely OP. I'm definitely not a fan of them. They create bullshit deaths, and so I'm not a fan of them. And lastly, the kill streaks, you know, I didn't use all the kill streaks. You know, the highest one I put on was the Thor, which was like the 3rd to highest one, just because the last ones I kind of unlocked later and kind of forgot about them, and was kind of pressed for time and had family over this weekend. So anyways, the score streaks, they don't seem bad, you know, they don't feel great though. You know, I want my score streaks to feel super powerful, and that's something Advanced Warfare I think lacked. But I mean, the score streaks are there. They're pretty good, and I don't know, with like the Thor, which is kind of more like something you are in the air and you have missiles and you can shoot them down on enemies, and I felt like it was a little maybe too inaccurate. It could have been a little better in my opinion, but anyways, that's that. So overall, I'm not a fan of the map design. I think they switched up their lanes. They tried to not play into the flow of the boosting and stuff, and overall just not a fan. The graphics are pretty poor. The guns overall aren't that bad, like in gameplay, but they don't feel or sound good, which takes something out of the game for me. I'm not a fan of the specialists. They create bullshit deaths, and this game, you know, it's gonna play a lot like Black Ops 3. The boost thing, it's pretty much just like that. And the score streaks, you know, they just feel like, I guess, kind of normal score streaks. I'm not too opinionated on that. So, is this a game I'm going to pick up? No. After playing this beta, I definitely can't justify spending $80 for this and the remaster, which is, the remaster is really the only reason I would buy the game in the first place. I don't mind paying, you know, $50 down the line for a remaster if that's a decision I do make. But I'm not buying this day one. I will probably never buy Infinite Warfare itself. And that's saying a lot. You know, I have bought every single Call of Duty since I've played Call of Duty, except for the one coming out this year. So that's my opinion, you know. I don't even have enough friends picking up the game to justify myself picking it up. And overall, I'm not a fan of the company screwing the customer. You know, I'm all about, if I have consumer loyalty, you need to have loyalty back to me, the consumer. And you know, if I'm loyal to your company, and Activision over and over again proves that they don't give a shit about their customers, and you know, I'm just not a fan of that. They were saving up Modern Warfare Remaster. They were saving it up for a rainy day when they had a game they couldn't sell. Now they're bundling it together to make money. And you know, I think overall Activision just needs to go down in the dump. COD is a game I have a lot of nostalgia for, and a game that I once loved, but that love is gone. And so, you know, just I'd rather see something else take its place, or at least have some reform in the business model they go by. But anyways, that's my opinion. Won't be picking it up. Can't justify it. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave some feedback down there in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. As well as hit that like button if you do so wish. And subscribe to my channel for some more content. Thanks guys again for watching. And have a wonderful rest of your days.